Hey Ria, how are you? Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry this took me a while to get done. Not enough hours in the day. But hey, you got great questions, so I'm just going to jump on in. Question 1. Thanks for the opportunity. Please introduce yourself. This is Chris E. from Olathia from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Could you give us a little bit of band history? Why, sure I can. We came together, probably in the summer, fall of 2014. Got our band solidified and decided to do a 2-song demo to introduce ourselves to everyone. Did our first show in December. And been gigging steadily since then. Just finished our first album, which we released May 1st, called Hunters. And we are just moving on and having a lot of fun and playing the metal. How did you decide upon your unique musical style? Really, it's just a combination of what we're all about and our influences. When I got this project started, I knew that it was going to be guitar driven for sure, and knew we had one amazing talented guitarist on board, and then we find another one, so we have two. So we really focus a lot on the melody, the shredding, the thrashiness, and base a lot of that on guitars and dynamics and the feel, the metal feel, the melodic feel, things like that. So that was definitely something that we wanted to do. And then you have everybody's styles, from Lamb of God to a lot of 80s influence to modern things. And it's just kind of the mix that is us, is how we came up with our style. But definitely knew we wanted to focus on guitar-driven elements. How did you decide upon the band name Olathia? Well, that band name pretty much found us. We had a working title, but it wasn't quite working out. And I was challenged one day by the band to go figure out a name. So went home with my iPad that I'm on now. I love this thing. A bottle of wine, and thought, I'm going to find us a band name. So, I'm looking through all these things, cross-referencing it. Really, all these good names are taken, or it's in use somewhere else. And I just sat there and said, you know what? Let me think of this a different way. What am I all about, or what are we all about? And I'm very much an earth girl. I like my nature, my hiking, and all that good stuff. So I started looking up Native American words. And I came across this word Olathia. And I liked how it looked. I liked how it sounded. And I thought, man, that's kind of cool. I'm digging that. And I thought, wait a minute, I better find out what it means before I pitch it to the guys. So when I looked up the meaning, Olathia is the Native American word for pretty or beautiful. And it kind of just made me laugh, because we, in our writing process, will be writing something crazy, and Jake's like, I'm taking you to hell. Wait, then we got to do this really pretty harmony. And he happens to use that word, so I think that name found us. And the guys totally dig it, and that's how we became Olathia. What is the metal scene in your area like, and does it make it more or less difficult to find the right musicians? Here in Cleveland, Ohio, we have a great metal scene. We have a very, very, very strong college radio and underground scene. So there's a lot of people who are into this music, and in all different types of it, from the death metal to the hardcore to the punk to the symphonic. We really do have a lot of things. We actually have a lot of diversity in all kinds of music here in Cleveland. So, that the scene itself, and there's a lot of good clubs to play. And when you're in Cleveland, it's easy enough to shoot out to Chicago, go to New York, head down south, and you could do that all driving. So it really is a unique spot in that sense, that you can hit a lot of crazy other big markets. As far as finding the right musicians, that's always hard, no matter where you're at, even if you're in a hotbed, like Nashville or LA or something, because it's not just a matter of finding the right talent, it's a matter of finding the right personality. I mean, it's your second family, so you totally want to dig these people and like them and be able to be honest with each other, to push each other. So that's the hardest part, I think, and we got lucky with that. What are the band's favorite lyrical themes? That's a really good question. And I don't know if we have a favorite one at this point yet, because we have just finished the first CD, which is 7 songs, and we're writing other things. I think what's important to us is having a story to tell, whatever it may be about. And there's been a lot of things that we've touched on already in our songwriting. So I think time will tell if we have a favorite lyrical theme that pops to the forefront there. What, in your opinion, sets Olathia apart from other bands? I think we're just doing our own thing and having fun. I'm not worried about like being scary, and we're not worried about being the fastest shredders out there. We're not worried about really what anybody else is doing. We just want to do our thing. And maybe that sets us apart. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But we just want to do our own thing and have a good time. I'm not, there's always somebody better out there. There's always somebody worse. So just do your thing and do it to the best that you want to do it. And you will be set apart that way, I think. What is the writing process like when making your songs? Well, we're still kind of forming that because we've played around with a few different ways. We've done some writing where Jake had just a basic idea, and then some things popped into my head and we built it from there. And then we've done things where the two guitarists have gotten together, or Jake and the drummer. So we're still figuring that out. But I think what's cool about the writing style, and what I definitely see, is a lot of people are just able to give their ideas, and it's either something we'll try, or no, that's not going to work. And it's just very open to writing in that musical process. I'm right now writing something starting with a vocal perspective, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes together or apart. I don't know which one it's going to be. We'll see. So the process is still a process. Do you believe that the presence of a female band member affects the career of the band? I honestly don't. I think if you got talent and stuff that people like, or even if you don't have talent, sometimes people still like it. Doesn't matter. Maybe they're just whatever they connect with. Just whatever it is. If it's something people connect with, they're going to dig it. Female, male, whatever. So I really don't think too much about that. I know a lot of other people put focus on it or have questions about it, but to me, we're just playing metal. I'm not worried about it. I'm having fun. And if you dig it, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool. And if there's other things you haven't noticed about the band, whatever. It's all good. Females are now more prominent in metal, and when it comes to screams or growls, are now more accepted, of course, yeah. What do you think is in the future for women in metal? I think metal in general, not just women, I think it's something that, even though people say it's underground, I really think it's a part of the fabric of our life and our society. And I think that metal's just going to keep moving up to the forefront. And I think we're going to be getting more festivals in the U.S. I really do see that, because you have the Rock on the Range, you got the Maryland Death Fest, there's some other things out west and in the Midwest. I think we're going to grow in metal and hard rock and having these mixed genre festivals, and that is something I'm looking forward to. And in Europe it's easier to get there to all these different festivals, and they have a different mode with their lives where they have more vacation and can attend them. And here we don't quite have that in America, but I'm saying that's what my prediction is, that we're gonna have more of those because they're just so fucking fun, and you get to see a lot of different things and meet a lot of people too. So that's what I think. Who are the musicians, bands who inspired you to sing in an extreme and melodic style? Honestly, my influences, I always say it's the double D's. It's Dio, Doro, Dolly, and Dickinson. And, it's a lot of old school singers that just have melody and style, especially Dio. I just have a place in my heart for that man. And that's really what gave me the fire inside and really wanted me to learn how to craft it and how to sing. And when I say Dolly, I am talking about Dolly Parton. I love her. I love her harmonies. I love her songwriting. She's a very, very pure songwriter. And, she could write a song about anything. There could be a tree stump and she'd be like, I know how that got there. I'm going to write a song. So it's cool. As far as like an extreme style or screaming, in my last band, Cellbound, that is something that I started doing. And I look to Arch Enemy for, and Children of Bodom too, actually, because I like that dude's sound, for influences there. And that's something that I've incorporated with my melodic style. It's not the most prevalent vocal pattern that I do, but it's fun to do, and I like doing it. And there's definitely a place for it, and sometimes the song calls for it. So that's where I picked up those ideas. Have you been in any bands prior to Olathia, and how different or similar? Yeah. The last band I was in was Cellbound, and we had a really cool 8-year run toured regionally, and that band was different because we had 2 lead vocalists, myself and a guy, Tom Hurta. And we had we had 2 guitar players. One was a little more prevalent in the leads than the other, but it was more of a down-tuned, he's doing the screaming, I'm just doing the clean parts, etc. But definitely 2 main vocalists. I wasn't a background vocalist. So it's different in the sense that, I worked with someone else vocally. In this band, I'm not. And I kind of been enjoying the freedom to expand more on what I can hear vocally and what I can do. So love that band, though. We had a great time. We had a great time together. How would you feel if Revolver or another magazine wanted to feature you in their Hottest Chicks of Hard Rock segment? That'd be cool. If anybody wants to take a picture of me and put me in something, I think that's totally cool. I think my picture might not be the tarp pinup. It's probably going to be climbing a pyramid of kegs or something like that. And I don't know. I like getting all sweaty and just being metal, and to me that's cool. So, but yeah, I think it'd be great. Anybody. So, what are the band's immediate and long-term plans? And can we look forward to any American shows or an American tour? We are already touring, branching out from Cleveland and hitting the Detroit area, getting out to Pennsylvania. Some other places will definitely be popping too. And we're going to go everywhere that we can and just keep writing and have a good time with things. So that's our plan, just to keep the metal flowing.
I can see you in the window creeping out.